Hello, how are you all doing? Pretty good? That's good. It's been quite a sorry I haven't recorded a video, and I haven't done anything in quite a while, filmed something, but I'll so update on my channel. It's gonna be a mix up of a little bit of everything. I'm a big I'm a big Elvis fan, as you can tell, kind of my hair. I'm also a big fan of semi-trucks. As a as a child, I was um probably the age of 8. Yeah, my neighbor across the street drove a semi truck, and so I would always sit on the just out on the patio on the concrete and just watch it. And I know what my future is based about. Um, in today's video, I'm going to talk about Elvis. So a lot of you guys, lot of what of today's content that I'm gonna talk about. Some of you guys are gonna agree with me. People like me that have done the guys, people out there that are like me that have done their research, that have read books of Elvis's life, of what was going through his mind, and movies too of his last moments. And so, at least me, I haven't read any books. I haven't read books, but I have seen. There's a movie in specifically that I saw. It came out in 2012, where they find him alive. Um, and well, and there's a specific word like that has been going on since after his death. Like Elvis lives on, like not just his memory, his music, but conspiracy theories that he faked his death. That he faked his death. Um, so in that movie, I don't want to spoil the movie, but um, the man Elvis, the man himself, in the movie Elvis Found Alive, he says, "I knew someday, sometime, you guys. I knew someday, sometime, you guys would find me alive." So he was already waiting for it. He already knew there would be some that he already knew that he was already waiting for that moment. He already knew that he was gonna get caught red hand. He already knew that he was gonna get caught red handed. Like, oh, I faked my death. Oh hey, it's Elvis. You faked your death. I knew you were gonna get to me sometime. But if you watch the movie Elvis Found Alive, filmed in 2012, you would understand the reason why he faked his death, what he was going through. Shout out to my man. My favorite my favorite YouTube channel out there. Um, Elvis the man. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to his channel. If you guys like listening to, if you guys like, let's see, he he he's a good book reader, reviewer, and out of all the years that Elvis has been recording music, he chooses his favorite year of music. For example, like just recently, his recent recordings were of videos were like, for example, like 19 best record best his best singing of 1970, like best song singing in 1970, best song singing in 1971, 1972, 73, 75, all the way to 1977. Six, yeah. Um, he even explains in that movie. Yes, so like I was saying, in that movie, Elvis Found Alive, they ask him a whole bunch of questions. Um, so even in that movie, I didn't even notice from photos, like looking through photos of Graceland or this from displays. So I'm gonna and this goes to everyone that has been to Graceland. If you ever go again to Graceland, try to pay attention to this. So you know how Elvis got the narcotics agent, dangerous drugs, narcotics badge from President Nixon. Uh, it's the only thing I can say is that it's not there. How do I know? Because of the movie. The movie explains it all. They ask him questions. And so one of the questions they ask him is, why isn't it your narcotics badge from President Nixon in display at Graceland? He pulls it out of his pocket out of his shirt because it's right here. And he's fooling around. He says, "You're all under arrest." You're like, "I'm just kidding." But let's see. And I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. I don't like spoiling things, but I do like to tell you what's gonna happen. That way you know. Um, for some time he was an FBI agent. Um, doing what he does best. A lot of you guys agree, like, yeah, like he's a drug addict. He was, but well, actually, a lot of people believe that he was a drug addict. Well, the only addiction he had was an addiction to uppers and downers. That's the only addiction that he had. Even himself, like if there was any of his coworkers that he didn't hire anybody that smoked marijuana, that smoked cocaine, nothing. He didn't hire anybody that smoked that. He didn't use that himself. He didn't even, well, at one point he tried drinking alcohol, but he didn't like it. But around everybody else, he never drank alcohol. Like if you even watch videos of interviews of Linda Thompson, she even says it herself. She says he never drank alcohol. She never saw him drinking alcohol. Yeah. Um, personally himself to this day, I don't know if he's still alive or not, but I believe he is. He faked his death, like, and right now he would be like in his 80s or 90s. But what I do tell you is he's planning to do a comeback special. He's planning to do a comeback special, trying to come back to the world come back as himself. He's under the name. Well, you guys would probably know, like, of all the names that he used in the movies. That he used the most popular one that he used in the airport, John Burroughs. Yeah, he's been using that name forever. And so, I recommend you all to watch it. Um, yeah, I recommend you all to watch it to actually take your time. If you guys are book readers, in that movie it says there's a specific book that there's a specific book where there's proof that he's alive. So in some of the questions, he he, he answers the well he answers the questions of how he faked his death. Like his own um just the days before he just the days before his supposed death, there was a fan that looked similar to that looked exactly like him. And so let me see. Um, yeah, it was a fan that looked exactly like him until that was sick. Just, and so they just put him in. They just put the fan in Elvis Presley's pajamas and put him in the bathroom, and boom, and Elvis was in his closet. Well, at first Elvis, yeah, he took some he took some pills and fainted in the bathroom. But then he got replaced. That's when they called when they while they called the ambulance and all. That's when Elvis just went to hide in the closet. Yeah, that's when Elvis decided to go in the closet, in his own closet. After he tried busting out of the closet, he went out the window, and there's proof. He says there's proof. Sorry about that. He says there's proof of him faking his death. Like for example, like his only escape was that he would go down to Buenos Aires, Argentina, in a DEA helicopter. A DEA flew down. A DEA helicopter flew down. There were even pictures that were taken, but I guess those were put in a book. He even announces the books on in the movie. So that's why I recommend you specifically to watch the movie, and if you want to learn more specifically of what more happened, like for example, the pictures of the DEA helicopter that was trying to get Elvis to go to Argentina. Um, those are in the book, but I mean, I don't know the name of it, but if you watch the movie, I don't know. I only watched the movie twice, but um, Elvis Found Alive, and it was filmed in 2012, so not that long ago. Um, I recommend you to watch it, get interested in it, like pay attention to details. Like right now, you can't see it in theaters because obviously everyone now they don't believe in that. But if you were just wait waste some a little waste a little bit of time and money, like research on the internet for that movie, you'll be fine. That's what I do. That's what I would do if I would watch the movie over. I mean, if I could order it, like as soon as I get money, I mean, as soon as I could get a hold of cash, like I'll ask my friend to order me the movie, and I'll watch it over and over, and I'll even send clips to Elvis the man. or even a picture. That way he could order it. I'll buy one copy for me and another copy. I'll send one copy to. I'll send one copy to my buddy out there. Well, not my buddy. Well, one of my favorite YouTube channel from Elvis the Man. I'll probably send him one of those movie. I'll send him a movie, and well, that he could get into it of what happened, of what that way he could see out of Elvis's voice. That way you guys could see out of personally Elvis's voice, Elvis's heart, what happened, what was going through his mind. Out of everything, what was going through his mind, even after he got divorced. I'll even tell you right now. After when he was going through that, when Priscilla went to Mike Stone, the first thing that he did, um, he went to go threaten Mike Stone or something like that. Went to the what's his name? Frank Sinatra. He went to their mafia. He went to their mafia of the DEA. That way they could mess around with Mike Stone. And so or something like that for Mike Stone, to kill Mike Stone, but Red West actually talked him out of it, and Elvis was like, okay, whatever. And so yeah, I recommend you to watch the movie. Believe me. At first, I was like you. I was like you guys out there that don't believe me. At first, I was like you guys. Like, I was a fan. I was like, yeah, he's dead. How would he be alive after more than 42, 43 years? But there is a way. When you're a celebrity, and you also have the power of a DEA agent's of being a DEA agent or working for the FBI, there's a way. There is a way. There is a way. There is a way that there's a way and the reason that he faked his death. The way, well, in the movie he explains, well, I kind of already explained it. The way, well, he was already a DEA, dangerous drugs narcotics agent for the DEA. And well, took it a step further, working more for his country, wiretapping the bad guys, trying to be the person that he wanted to be. He wanted to be like Captain Marvel. That's who he succeeded to be. The weatherman. Just as simple as that. The weathermen in the 1960s were ruining America. Even in his own words, he says, when he does his opening in Vegas, 1969, he wasn't happy. Well, he was happy. But with all the bombings and stuff that was happening with all the bombings and stuff that was happening with the weathermen, with all that was happening with the bombings during the 60s, It was yeah, the weatherman, and he was wiretapping them. And even during that time, um, I mean, the only thing that he did was there he just took some uh he just stayed all night wiretapping the what he just stayed all night in the hotel rooms wiretapping the bombers, the bad guys, trying to save our country. That's what he was doing, trying to save the U.S. from getting more bombed than it already was from the bombings. The only reason that's the only reason that he took uppers and downers, because he stayed up in his hotel room, tracking down the weatherman. Yeah. So um yeah. For example, um there's President Obama. He was part of that gang of the weatherman. Um, if you guys out there supported Ronald Reagan, just like I do now, when I well, if I were alive, I would have supported him. Um, he warned us about Obama. That's all I can say. Yeah, about Obama. I respect. Uh, I respect. I respect Ronald Reagan's in office. One of the best presidents in office. I wish there could be another president just like that one. That's the same thing that Elvis said. Even in the movie, there's stuff that you don't expect. For example, he meets the man himself, Ronald Reagan, talks to him if he could come back. He even meets President, um, mm, not Trump, husband. I can't remember. I don't have. What's president? It's the one that first started with the wall. Um, Bush, nope. President Sanders, nope. I don't have the name right now, but he met. There were two presidents that he met with. Well, three actually. Well, during the time that he was alive, obviously you guys all know President Nixon. But after he faked his death, Ronald Reagan and President Clinton. That guy. President Clinton himself. He was an Elvis fan. Even in that movie where they find him alive, he even says himself, the man himself, Elvis, says that President Clinton was upset at Elvis that he faked his death. Like, why? He even he even asks President he even asks the president for uh he even asks President Clinton for forgiveness, and well, he gets he gets forgiven. And so, yeah, If you actually pay attention, watch the movie, um, you guys will learn this stuff. You guys will be surprised of what happened, what was going on through Elvis's mind and everybody else's mind, like President Ronald Reagan, and well, like I just explained, President Clinton. He was surprised, upset at the same time. He was like, "Why?" Like he was already like on footage in 1977. Like he was already like sad that of his loss, but he was already like, why are you doing to why are you doing this to me, Elvis? Like almost crying. I think even me, I would be crying and be like, why are you doing this to me, Elvis? But at the same time, I would be excited and be like, at least you're alive. At least you made it. Well, also, they're celebrities. There's there are people who what else do you expect? There are people who are famous. Just like I got told from all my fellow friends and relatives and people that know me. When you're famous and you get tired of being famous, you just try to get rid of your life or do something else. And like Elvis, you try faking your death, and you start working for the government. That's why nobody knows out there exactly. That's why it's still. That's why everything is still unknown. That's why even you look up as on Google, it says that he died more than 40 something years. But if you actually do research, books, movies, that's where you know the truth. That's where you're like, okay. It says on the internet and newscasts and stuff. I mean, newscasts, like, there's a possibility there. Like, oh, we've seen him alive, walking. Or he was at this restaurant just last week. Even his own doctor has seen him. He would testify in the court. Well, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. Share. And well, see you in the next video or so if I make one. Bye bye.